Code U11E9 2015 Dodge Dart. That means lost communication with AGS module, active grille shutter. Symptoms: your fan will be loud, stuck on high all the time. Lift your vehicle up, take your 310 millimeters and a bunch of 8 millimeters out. Right here is the harness for your active grille shutter right there. It shutters open and close to let air in and out of the radiator. You've got 4 wires on the back. First thing you want to do with this code is make sure your violet wires have power on both of them. Black is ground, and this one with the red stripe, it's like yellow and red, that is your communication to your PCM. So first thing, test for power on these two with the key on and ground on the black wire. If you're good there, check for damage on this connector. And to this, it is a real low hanging vehicle. You can see the wiring harness hits there. Hit a curve, bam. You just broke it. Really stupid spot to put it. As you can see, we have brown tinging in here. This was super corroded. I just got done cleaning it out. Wish the camera would focus better on the pens. We have a little bit of melted plastic, it looks like, on that looks like that power pen right there, that second one over. And let me tell you something. This was totally rust brown on that pin when I started. And rust increases resistance and probably made a little bit of heat. I don't think we're compromised. Let's check for ground on here and 2 powers on here with key on. Make sure you got whatever your BAT plus voltage is on those violet wires. But just after a cleaning, I used a thing of Evaporust. I don't know if it's safe on plastics or not. You know, call me stupid if it isn't. I don't care. And let the harness soak in it, and then let this module soak in it. And then we took a little bit of a grinding file and just gently went across all those prongs before the Evaporust. Kind of take some of that Evaporust, or just kind of take some of that rust off before we gave it a bath in the Evaporust. Didn't let it soak very long because I wasn't sure if it was safe, and then sprayed it out with electrical cleaner. Now that we're pretty much dried off there and there, we are going to clip this back in. I assume our whole problem, this has been replaced before, common to replace those. Let's see if that code is cleared. Before, the fan was on all the time, and now it shouldn't be. Let's see. If you have that code and that code all alone by itself, first thing to do is check that wiring harness and check for damage on the harness and the module. Check out your wires, check your powers, check your ground. Now, the odometer did start flashing. That lets us know that it lost communication with a module that was on my test drive. And I believe to set this code, we have to drive it twice. And once it gets to closed loop, it will then set the code after 2 consecutive drives of no communication. Usually our fan starts up within, say, 60 seconds of starting the vehicle. It goes on full blast, super loud, as high as the fan can go. We want to make sure our AC is off so it doesn't kick the fan on. And of course, that fan should come on when the AC is on, but we're going to let it warm up, see what happens. We are at a little less than quarter of the way heated up, and we've been running for over a minute and the fan has not kicked on. And every time, it takes about 20 to 30 seconds. So it looks like that was a fix. Let's go over to the scanner, clear the code out, test drive it twice, all the way up to temperature. Make sure that code doesn't come back before we ship it out to the customer. Come over to the scanner. We have lost communication with AGS. That's that U11E9, but it's stored now. It's not pending or active. So that's good sign right there. Of course, I want to clean out that connector a little bit better and then put some sort of anti-corrosion stuff like some dielectric grease in there. All right, we have to turn the key to the on position, engine off to clear codes on this model. code's no longer active or pending, so we know that was our problem for sure. We just want to make sure we finish off cleaning and use some sort of corrosion prevention on that. For those of you whose solution wasn't that easy, just rust and corrosion, you want to check for power on fuse, I think 17 or 19 under the hood, something like that. If you're missing power, make sure you have ground. If you don't have ground, you're going to want to track those grounds back. As far as the communication wire, what was that, red and white or something like that? That is pin, memory, 45 on the C1 connector of the PCM. So you check for continuity between that pin and all the way to that connector where the red and white wire is. So the most common thing is going to be broken connector or AGS right there because it sits lowest to the ground. Check for your powers and grounds and your corrosion because it does sit low, so it's getting a lot of salt water and stuff in there in the wintertime if you're in one of those states like us. So hopefully this helps somebody, and yeah, catch you later.